Hello, hello. Here we are yet again. We're back from the weekend, and here we are playing Control. I know we beat it last time, but I feel like we got an entire DLC to finish. And I mean, I'm kind of curious to play it. I don't know, because I was initially thinking I was going to play on my own time, but then I realized why would not just play it as a showcase. If I'm beating the game, might as well beat the game, right? But yeah, let's take a look. We were at the Foundation. Yeah, this is a game I have been very much enjoying, so I'm not exactly remiss. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, I've been having issues about the game crashing a few times, though. So we're going to be wary of that. We're going to apply the power to our gun. Okay, I've already applied the power to my gun. Boom. Little machine gun action. Never heard anybody... Well, okay, that was an erroneous statement. Alright, I'm kind of excited to see where this goes, though. Because if this is supposed to be the foundation, the entire basis, kind of like the origin of the oldest house and such as that, it can go either one of two ways. I think this can be a huge boon and kind of like, you know, expanding the world and such. Or, does it grow back? Huh. Or, it can be kind of a letdown. 4 locks, keys, MacGuffins. Locate the fringe, nowhere of the astral plane. Astral bleeding collision has spread. Lost them. Do this, nail be repaired. Glued crisis averted. Hiss are present. Snooping is forbidden. Because the hiss are present? I mean, these crystal formations are starting to look like organic growths. Just how they're actually attaching to these things. Seems to be holding some of these pieces aloft. No! Uh-oh. Well, that's a problem. Uh-oh! Well, nothing like jumping off a cliff to solve a problem. Alright. Make, unmake. There's an achievement that I'm going towards. I think it has something to do with exploding crystals. I wonder if I'm going to start getting 2 crystals. And then destroy the crystals. I feel like that's going to be pretty fun. Okay, so it seems like this crystal is an infection of sorts. Are none of you on this? I wonder what it's like with the crystal breaking as the power. It's a big fundamental change. Huh.
Okay,
We're back in the sandy desert.
review.
Let's review.
This broken pillar is called the Nail. It was broken by something, and now the astral plane is bleeding into the foundation, which will destroy the oldest house, the bureau, and everyone inside. I need to find 4 locks, or keys, or whatever, to stop that from happening. But I'm the director. I've handled worse.
I don't know if that's true.
Should be simple-ish.
Okay, so fetch quest, find crystals. Ley lines. Ooh, this one I'm interested in. I've always been fascinated by the idea of ley lines. Kind of like, you know, powerful magical conduits throughout life, or throughout nature. Research the oldest house ley lines. I still don't understand why they converge here. Base of this pillar. I suppose the simplest reason they have Occam's razor and all that. Seems wrong. Esoteric world abhors coincidence. True relation pillar and ley lines. The magnet attracting them, polar north. Interesting, okay. Man, I have a lot to read. Oh, the one thing I wasn't going to skip are these. Go. Deep socket is here. Trapped, hooked, hidden, fed. They are old, young, extra life. With the director's help. Situation information is subject to change. Interesting. Saying is that maintaining the validity of, whoops, the validity of rituals, kind of like morning rituals and such, like kind of questioning their power, perhaps. Oh, whoa, they got kind of crystal formations here. So am I able to make? Is that the opposite power? I have the power to destroy or create. Oh, wild. Okay, well, we're gonna have to take a look at that. Eventually. Of course I pick destroy. I don't know why, but I feel like it's pretty consistent that if the option of the two presents itself, I always choose the option of break stuff. This is a little dismaying. Was this cliff always here? I feel like it wasn't. Base camp. Hell yeah. It was only the opportunity to explore. Well, let us take a gander. I seem to be glowing red. What's going on with that? God, that's such a cool image. I mean, it does kind of have that no, 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 no! The game has crashed yet again. Damn it! What is the issue? Give me a moment. We'll hasten this. I'm not sure what is causing this. End task. Hopefully we don't lose too much progress. You guys can join me for the intro. I don't think anything incriminating comes up. Other than, you know, the credits. I own none of these companies. Certain flashing. Yeah, I wonder how big of a problem the flashing lights warnings have, because they've popped up quite frequently. I think ever since the beginning of digital. No, they've been popping up well into the 90s. I mean, I guess it must be a significant issue if, you know, it's going to this day. Although some people are very set on tradition, so. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do if I can't maintain the stability of this game. The constant crashing is one of those untenable things that I can't really work on. Hey, watching Grey's Anatomy? Don't want to be spoiled, DLC. I hear ya. I appreciate you lurking. Also, enjoy Grey's Anatomy. That show takes place in Seattle. It's kind of close to my neck of the woods. Yeah. Will do. And I hope you get to enjoy it too when you're able to play it on your own. Son of a gun! Actually, you know what? I might not be able to play Control if the game keeps crashing like this. Jeez. I got the swirling ball of death and everything. Technical detail difficulty. Shoot. Okay, I'm going to try one more time. One more time. We're going to avoid that area. See if we can actually keep going without that stability issue. Yeah, let's do the DirectX 11. Maybe it's the DirectX that's causing that issue. Okay, let's take a gander here. I don't need that shifting item that I keep picking up and crashing the game with. Actually, we're gonna try twice more. So with the DirectX, we're gonna go back, get that item, see if it crashes. I lowered the DirectX, which seems to... I could see a slight difference. So can you believe, like, do I just not have the ability to grow crystals? Shoot. It's kind of sad. I would have liked that. Heyo, how you doing, Shikari? Or Shikari? It'll take me a minute. I'll get familiar with your name. How you doing? It's good to see you. We're doing the Foundation DLC. Did the DirectX version delete that item? What the hell? Huh. Interesting. Yes, I did AWE. That one was pretty good. I liked the tie-in to Alan Wake. I love how they, what they did with the character Hartman. Because he just kind of disappeared out of the first Alan Wake, so. But the goal here is, yeah, we still have game to play here. But after this, after I finish this, then we're going to start Alan Wake 2. Because this is all part of the Alan Wake saga that I started up right before Halloween. Hopefully I didn't lock my way out.
Not sure she's ready.
I'm here, aren't I? I saved the Bureau once, and I'll do it again.
I hear ya. Well, that's kind of the, I don't know about you, but oftentimes I tend to be like a very goal-oriented person. So if I make it into like a set of series or kind of like, you know, I don't know, like showcases of an entire story, kind of like reading a whole book, I feel like I have a much greater chance of succeeding in my goal. Oh my god. Of course.
This bleed is just getting worse and worse.
All right. Wait, no, I didn't want to go back up. Oh, no. But I totally get that with the backlog. As I mentioned, though, I built a backlog intentionally with streaming in mind. But I totally get it. My goal is to eventually beat them all. Rebirth before a concert comes to my town in a couple weeks. Oh, geez. You know, I've never actually played a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. How is that? And are you somebody who's played the original Final Fantasy VII? Because I'm of that camp, so I'm a little worried that all the changes, I'm going to be grouchy old man.
Both ways.
Wear everything. Wait. When they say wear everything, do they mean like wear as in werewolf? Yeah. There's a person in my pet salamander. He has human eyes. Why doesn't anyone else see him? I think it's like werewolves, but with every animal. Were dogs, were cats, were otters, were butterflies, were everything. There are people inside and they can't get out. They're stuck in animal body. It's not all animals, but it can be any animal. My parents don't believe me. Maybe this has happened before? I thought you would know. Sincerely, John Lomain. Okay. I'm excited to hear that a concert's coming your way, though. That's awesome. I do love the Final Fantasy VII music, and like a full concert of that would be absolutely phenomenal. I have no more cubes. I wish I had more cubes. Oh. Yeah, you can understand the skepticism. You know, that's a valid point. Hey, did you ever see that Final Fantasy VII movie that came out? I think it was like Advent Children or something. That really did put like Final Fantasy VII and the characters in a different light.
In the astral plane.
Just from that different perspective. Uh-oh. Ow. Hey. There we go. Yeah, exactly. And I thought that was awesome. Like, they're able to bring those characters back, in a way. Even though, like, they, for all intents and purposes, they're gone in the story. Or, actually, sorry, that might have been a spoiler. But I wonder about that, like, when you have a franchise with such iconic characters. Because, like, for all intents and purposes, Aerith was, like, a hugely important character, right? Okay, gotcha. I hear ya. And, I mean, from what I understand, I could be wrong, but it seems like Rebirth has the same story, just told with different perspectives. I don't know, if and when, mainly because I can be overly frugal, if it does end up kind of on sale, and after the trilogy comes out, I have not played it at all, actually. I was thinking, because it's coming out as a trilogy of sorts, and I have a very completionist brain, and, you know, I hate waiting for things. But I feel that I'm going to wait until the trilogy comes out before diving into it. Maybe that's too late, I don't know. Hopefully, at least in my opinion, that might give everybody a chance to have played it, get an experience of it, before, you know, having it spoiled for them. At least that's my hope. I very successfully achieved that with Death Stranding, and I was very happy with the results there. So I'm hoping to emulate it again. Shit. Oh, really? Okay. So it actually does do differences. Hey, you know what? That's cool. Now, I mean, like, if it actually hits all of the important story notes while telling enough story. Honestly, okay. So, yes, catching it now is cheaper, but they're also coming out with Death Stranding 2. That's in the cards. I saw a trailer and everything. I really, really like Death Stranding. Although people did call it a delivery and a walking simulator, they're not wrong. But for what it is chef's kiss. Mwah. It's really good. Although, if you get the special edition, why is there a toilet in here? If you do get the special edition, however, be aware that the very ending is... Oh yeah, I love it. And if you've never played the first one, like, the bazaar kind of makes sense, or at least it will. Pieces of it will. But the ending of that game is over 2.5 hours. I will tell you that now. So if you don't like a huge exposition dumps, yeah, there's that. Yes, it is. Basically, it's like a 2.5 hour movie. I kid you not. You get, like, some interaction in between, but it has, like, a full conclusion. It's pretty cool. Where does this second input thingy go? Yeah. But yeah, does that seem to kind of... I don't know if you've seen trailers or how it's played, but... You grew up watching Bionic Woman. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. And it seems like there's no shortage of really, really high-end actors in that game, too. Like, there's not just that. There's Guillermo well, no. You know what? You've probably seen it, but I'm going to leave it as a surprise. But I think you'll be really, really happy with it. Okay. Yeah. It's so much more than that, though. No, actually, I take it back. It's not more than that. But it's... You're doing more than just delivering. You're going on your routes, but you're also developing the area that you're going around, right? So you're actively, like, by doing this, you're making the world a better place. You're going through all these dangers. Yeah. So for all intents and purposes, yes, that is precisely what you're doing. However, it's more nuanced. It is very much a game. But one well worth it. Does it seem like, I mean, I'm sure you've seen the trailers, seen some gameplay and stuff. Does it seem like something that's up your alley? Like, what kind of game are you mostly into? I mean, so far all I know is Control, Final Fantasy, and a Kojima games. Yeah, I felt the same way. Okay. You know, there really is something about storytelling that really draws out the best of a game.
Notice a window. Immediately close your eyes and make your way to the nearest safe room. You are permitted to fashion a blindfold from an article of clothing. Any resulting lapse in dress code will be excused. Thank you for your attention.
I'm sorry, why can't I see a window? Exactly. So speaking of Alan Wake, I've actually been there's a lot to Alan Wake. Just like the story itself is pretty good. I'm kind of curious to see how the first game ties into the second one. I've never played the second one, so that'll be a first for me. But I was looking around. Turns out there's a book, Alan Wake. The hardback, though, is about $250, so I have not partook. You're kidding. Oh, it was a choice. Okay, well, I chose right. I don't know. I have no idea. I just know the existence of the book. I got curious because back in the day, I was really curious about kind of like almost like a professional fan fiction, right? Like there used to be when games came out. Oh my god. Give me a moment. Stand by. There we go. Cool, but yeah, it used to be that whenever a game came out and it was really acclaimed, like there were authors out there that really, yeah, they really are, and they're fast. They're hard to shoot. I kind of like them as an enemy, to be perfectly honest. Although I don't know why they're more dangerous than gun people. But yeah, to finish the thought I had is there seemed to be an era of professional or semi-professional, like game developer sanctioned fan fictions out there, and some of them were actually quite good. So I was kind of hoping that I'd find one for Alan Wake, and there is a book, but it's pricey. Yeah. I remember when I was a lot younger, I was super into the game StarCraft. Like, I love the lore. I love the enemies. At least at the time, as a child, I thought the story was pretty epic. Hey, now. Please reload, reload, reload. Get meleeed. Yeah, I think I'm always going to notice these breakpoints after the battle. But we'll see. Maybe I'll commit it to memory enough. Right, but there were several books written in the StarCraft universe that actually kind of like expanded the story in the universe, and it just kind of got me that much more into it. Myst is another really good example too. Like, of the games, the trilogy, like it's almost like a little splinter. You can't see me, but I'm holding my fingers super small, close together. Whereas the actual like lore of that game is huge. Yeah. And I mean, I still read as a kid, but I don't think I had the same kind of, I don't know, literary knowledge then as I do now. And while I enjoyed them then, I don't know, I don't think they're like literary masterpieces. But it did. It added a lot more lore to the story. You know, from different perspectives. You can kind of like see the actual horror of the Zerg, the biological alien race. Instead of just seeing, you know, little Zerglings running around, you can actually see them from the perspective of, you know, somebody having to fight them. Okay. Okay, I think I figured it out. I am not... Okay, I do like the interesting puzzle elements of this. You're not a fan of reading. Okay. Mind wanders too much. Honestly, okay, when it comes down to it... Now, keep in mind, I've actually gone to school for, like, classic literature and stuff for that. However, reading, I firmly believe that there is a book type for everyone. Granted, I 100% agree with the, you know, games being the novels and just, you know, having your mind wander and stuff. It does take a lot of work and focus. For me, it's the opposite effect. It's the one thing that I can actually focuses my mind onto a single task. And that's why I like it a lot. However, there's a lot. But, I mean, I feel like games being your novels and actually going into that, I feel the narratives in a lot of games, especially indie games, has been very good. No need to be jealous. I'm sure there's like 10 skills you're probably far better at than I am. Everybody's got somebody. Nobody... I mean, the world would be a lot more boring place if everybody had every skill, right? Also... Okay, this might be a little, like, color theory gushing, but the color palette of this, like, black and gold is absolutely phenomenal. I love it. I feel like I'm wildly in danger. I'm gonna check chat in a minute. Alright, dangly bastard! Where you at? Fight me, you dog! I don't... Throw something at me. Yeah. Keep thinking it's more efficient just to show the visual of a setting. Okay, you know, I agree with that. From what you're saying, it does make a valid point. And visually showing something off can be far more effective than a full description. However... I said this about movies. For intents and purposes, a great book series I like is Stephen King's Dark Tower, right? And, I mean, no, that's a bad example, because that was just, they didn't read the book. But let's take Lord of the Rings, actually. That game, what am I talking about? between the book and the movie. So the movie, let me try organizing my thoughts. An image is like 3 seconds, right? You can just show one thing. It's much more efficient, right? But in a book, you can actually span a single moment into a, 4 paragraphs, 4 chapters even. There's entire books encompassing entire, an entire moment. And it's that level of detail between the small amount of time is what's usually missed in a visual medium. Oh god. Oh, I didn't realize I was using them like a frickin' tennis ball. Yeah. I mean, it's a thing though. I do think you're right because there are strengths in both of them. I'm still alive! Look, Shooty McShooty Pants, you're gonna knock it off. And I am not blind to the irony that you're not wearing pants. I don't know. I don't think there is a perfect medium yet into telling a story. And it very much depends on the story you're trying to tell, too. Like, maybe in game form, it's a perfect example. Like, what kind of story is your favorite? Is it, like, action? Is it mystery? I mean, engaging storytelling for sure, but is it, like, kind of on the paranormal side? Ghost stories? And it can easily be that some stories are told better. Uh-oh. Oops. I have doomed us all. You know what? No! Cliffs are my bane. Now, one thing I will say, though, is there is something to say about how... What? Okay. I mean, honestly, that kind of leans on a, yeah, I get you, Immersive Ones. That very much leans on the novel side, because RPGs do have a lot of story to them, especially the older ones. What is happening? What the hell? Like, I'm gonna be honest. You couldn't tell that in a book. Wild. That is wild. What the hell? I mean, I guess that was a secret, so... Really? A fight game that has a chess aspect? That's kind of interesting. I don't think I've ever thought of it that way. Did you ever watch you're watching the pros fight. Do you watch a lot of esports?
Northmore gave the order to transfer our resources to the upper floors. Now that my control points allow us to safely come and go from the New York streets, did I forget to include that fact in my previous logs? I've been so busy using the arrays I made. Control points have been established throughout the oldest house. Well, excuse me if I don't sound excited, it's just... A few months ago, I would have been overjoyed to leave the Foundation. But now I realize I've grown fond of it. There's something deep in the stone here, deeper than that watching presence. Something warm. I feel it needing me. I won't go. I'll refuse. Northmore won't be happy, but so be it. I'm starting to see him for what he is. An impotent storm. Father Shade in a cheap suit.
Wow. Also, I'm noting how amazing it is that I can see the health on the lower platform.
Yeah. Sleeping.
Okay. Interesting. You know, I don't think I've ever seen a fighting games in that light. I'm sorry, jumping off the cliff here. This does not scream at me as a leap of faith moment. Okay. I gotcha. I mean, it's kind of cool with the esports. I usually watch RTSs because, well, frankly, I'm not very good at them.
Two graceful characters.
Yeah, you mean the ones that I mean, you really have to put in, well, put in a namesake, the control. Like, those are probably the ones that take the most practice to get good at. Yeah. I mean, in truth, neither can I. I'm usually at my best 3 steps ahead, and no more. I mean, if that. But I always liked at that level. Like, I like playing it, but I always played, like, a very different... Like, I try to play in the perspective of a, you know, what if I was there? You know, the RPG mindset. But seeing the people who, like, turned it into their career just to get really good at that, holy cow. That's like an entirely different world. I personally wouldn't do that. It's not my jam. I don't think I've ever been able to focus on a game that much. But it is super cool that they can. I don't know what to put my points in. I'm going to do flight. Sure.
Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VI.
Really? Final Fantasy VI? Final Fantasy VII is really cool. Skyrim was phenomenal. I played that when it came out. Chrono Trigger is a great one because that one, it's been out for a long time. And incredibly wildly acclaimed. I'm not huge on time traveling stories, but that one's pretty good. I don't understand where I'm supposed to be going. Is there a map? Oh, I see. Okay. You know, I've played a lot of Skyrim in my day. I do like the cozy nostalgia, because it does blow my mind that the game came out, like, damn near 10 years ago.
It's because it was your first full-on Final Fantasy experience.
Really? Wow. I didn't know that. Yeah, Final Fantasy VI. That's one I kind of missed. Whoa. Are they fighting? Jesus. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, I didn't realize Final Fantasy had one of those crazy numbering conventions. Like, wasn't 6 a remake of something else? Characters, memorable moments, epic bad guy. Yeah. And forgive me for my ignorance. Is a Final Fantasy 6 is the one with Kafka as the bad guy? Okay, so 6 is 3. Gotcha, yeah. Yeah, I've seen little bits of that. I thought Kefka was a pretty cool bad guy. Like, he seemed genuinely evil. I don't know if he was the main bad guy, however. I don't remember that detail. Soundtrack. Really? You know, I gotta dive into that. I wonder, I mean, you say the Final Fantasy VII soundtrack's coming. Do you think they'd actually be playing a little bit of the other Final Fantasies? I might have to look into that. I've been taking some time to start collecting OSTs. And some of them are quite good. Like, I don't know why, but I feel like the albums that come out of some of those is just wildly underrated. Okay, that is beautiful and gold. However, as it turns out, violence is not the answer. Unless I need to get below it. Like, I feel like I need to make that go up. What is this? Do I just need to go over here? Surely not. What's that? There's a floating pebble. He came off as more silly comic relief at first. Yeah, exactly. I think that's the perfect way to put it. Oh, well, that made a lot more sense. Yeah, but I mean, I feel like that level of character development is absolutely sublime. I mean, think about it. Like, you know, you get a silly, silly comic relief as a kind of like a petulant bad guy, but then you realize, like, he's far more sinister. I think that's, in a way, portrayed a lot more frightening than just a regular... Uh-oh, stand by. And honestly, I think that's a hard thing to do in games, especially when you have only, you know, so much time to kind of, like, introduce a character. You know, get them to do the action, follow the main story and whatnot. I feel sometimes character development gets, you know, lost in translation. I want your health blips. Oh, problem. There is another dude. Come here. All I had to do was pick a bigger gun. But yeah, character development, I feel, is frequently missed. Hey, now. Okay, there we go. Frequently missed storytelling opportunity. Sorry, I've been having a hard time keeping my thoughts straight today. I swear, I'm a lot more coherent normally. Yeah. Have you played a lot of Final Fantasy VIII? Oh, thank you. Yeah, years ago I tried YouTubing instead of streaming. And that was my, I don't know. I don't know if you're an artist type, but I usually find one of the more difficult things when it comes to art is I don't think I'm ever satisfied with what I create. So looking back at it, I was like, that was one of the main flaws, is I had a hard time finishing my thoughts outside of my head. But yes, as I was talking, Final Fantasy VIII. If, I feel that one's a really, really, really good example of a great character development. Say it was one of your faves. Fair. The draw system for more class identity. Okay. You know, that's a good point. The draw system was incredibly divisive. I personally like that they tried something new. I don't think that was the best idea, but I mean, I've said my thoughts on that. I'd rather people innovate and fail than not, but perhaps that's unfair. Cool. But with that, I would actively say storytelling-wise, if you played part of Final Fantasy VIII, you've played a good game. If you've beaten Final Fantasy VIII, then you played a phenomenal game. Because just how they tell the story is absolutely fantastic. Oh, yeah. Maybe it's worth a recheck. I haven't actually ever streamed a Final Fantasy game. Maybe I'll do that. I'll have to roll it around my head. Yeah, I remember that one as a, I played it, yes. But when I first played it, I didn't own it. The only Final Fantasy at that time I played was Final Fantasy VII. However, a friend had Final Fantasy VIII. So needless to say, every time a cutscene came out, it was like the coolest thing ever. Okay, I feel like that guy's immune to bullets. He's not immune to rocks, however. I can't tell. Are the rock people fighting the not rock people? Oh, yeah. Away with thee. I require hit points. Okay, I'm doomed. Doomed. Yeah, okay, I saw that thinking. I had to hone in on that one. Oh, this game, I do love how fragile Faden is. Because, I mean, like, she is a character of such intense power. Just shooting people up, blowing them away. But she is also incredibly fragile in the fact that if somebody walks around with an axe and hits her, usually a problem. Usually. Ammo cost per shot. Sounds delightful. What else we got? Huh. I don't know how much projectile spread would help if I have one bullet. I am delighted that they're fighting each other. Don't mind me. Yeah. There, see, you can fall off a cliff, just like anyone else. Okay, I'm noticing the shotgun has bullet spread. Ah! Wait, what? You came back? You're supposed to stay dead, son. So what's your favorite game of all time? And trust me, I ask knowing it's a hard question to answer. Because for me, that answer has changed quite frequently. Okay, I understand you're hitting me with an axe. There. Wait, is he flying now? Get out of here. Yeah. I think for me, even though my favorite game has changed frequently, just, you know, experiencing new things and stuff, I still have to say Myst. That kind of puzzle game. Just because, again, the world that around it versus the game itself, fan-freaking-tastic. That, the entire story is about, you know, books that create worlds. A great metaphor if there ever was one. Yeah. They made some remakes. It's a, I will say, as a puzzle game, it is quite tough. And it doesn't make a lot of sense. However, it is worthwhile. Because, I mean, remember, it's, when I was playing it, it's back in the day, you couldn't just, you know, look up the answer on the internet. Not degrading people who do that, but it's the idea is, like, that wasn't an available option. You actually had to figure out the puzzles the hard way. It was the only option available. Oh my god. Ah! Okay. He threw something at me. But yeah, the puzzles do tend to be somewhat esoteric. Whoa! Couldn't help but notice I'm falling off a cliff. Yeah, that's a good point. Also, probably depends on the mood you're in too, huh? Although, fair enough. I mean, it is almost an unfair question to ask. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Especially for that reason, too. Oh, dear. Bounce a rubber hose off his head. Die! Okay, we good? We're safe? No, we are not. Ow! I will look at chat in a minute. The shatter has really helped me here. That's not the shatter! Okay, my aim kind of fell apart there at the end. Oh my god. Okay, I think I read that attack pretty well. What? Get out of there. I... Yikes! Whew.
Another
Okay.
etching, like the one I used to get in here.
Okay, now that I'm not in mortal danger. Let's see. For world... That's kind of cool. Have you played the other Elder Scrolls games? Filling your fantasy for having psychic powers. Control. Yeah. Although, okay, real question. Let's say you got psychic powers and like could read people's minds and do telekinesis. Do you think that would be a blessing or a curse? Because I don't know. I'm pretty sure that would just make, like, reading people's minds would just make all of those anxieties true. Like, do you really want to know what everybody thinks? I think about that sometimes with the, you know, I mean... yeah. I mean, look, if I had telekinesis, I would use it for everything. Abalone, yes.
Is this the lock/key the board told me about?
I guess so. It's a big ball. It's a crystal ball. Should I not be on top of it? Well done. Seasoned. Only 3 keys remain. Tethers. Our nail is rebuilding. Loosened.
Just doing my job.
Yeah. An orb. A stone orb. Yeah. I don't know. If I had, like, the power to, like, I don't know, fly around. Even if it's, like, jumping really high. Even if it's jumping really high, I honestly think my life would be wildly different. I just never walk anywhere. Oh, that's not true. I like walking. Although, if a company like this existed, like the bureau here, I think I would do anything to work in a place like that. Yeah, it's not large objects. Throw is a bread and butter. 3 objects. Ah, that doesn't look fun. Did try Oblivion. See, step backwards compared to Skyrim. Well, Oblivion came before Skyrim, so in many ways it was a step backwards.
Director Faden.
But it was very much a step forward from a Morrowind. No, I get that. Back in the day, you might find this interesting, I did literally buy a brand new gaming computer specifically to play Oblivion. Like, back when it was a top-in-the-line computer. I gotcha. It is hard to go back.
Jesse, hey!
Hey.
What are you doing down here, Emily?
What do you mean? You called me down, remember?
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
No, that's right. You didn't. But then, I remember you needing me to come here. I mean, you even told me how to get in. Let's just chalk it up to synchronicity so we can get to work.
She takes everything in stride.
Sure.
The board called me down here to deal with the situation. The astral plane is...
Colliding with our world, I know. Isn't it fascinating? I never even considered that the astral plane could be a physical volume expanding beyond its dimensional container. The bleed is
Her lips are not moving in sync with
but
what
its
she's
growth
saying.
rate seems steady. Given time, it will consume the entire bureau, and possibly beyond.
That's what I'm here to stop. The board told me to fix the nail over there by dismantling 4 locks in the astral plane.
Her lips are in sync.
Funny, I
Emily
think it's
Pope's
put
does
itself
not.
back together a bit.
So that could be due to the law of inverse exchange. For every associated component you remove, this nail reconstructs. Or possibly some variation of anti-sympathy.
Huh.
Don't worry. I'll look into it. Did you notice all the bureau infrastructure? It looks like there was a research team stationed down here at some point.
Actually, no, I think it's syncing up a lot better than I think. Maybe I'm just
I put money on
hyper-focusing.
That reminds me. Have you seen Marshall? She contacted me over the hotline, but then I saw her walking around.
I haven't seen her. The hotline only connects to extraplanar entities. Or dead people. But Marshall's proved time and time again that she's a survivor.
That's exactly what I thought.
Anyway, I've been looking into the minerals growing down here. Have you noticed how they insist on maintaining a certain form? Maybe some sort of a state memory, or they consciously prefer a certain shape?
I think we're on a clock here, Emily. I need to stop the astral bleeding before it brings the oldest house down. See what you can find out from the nail in the meantime. And send out some rangers to look for Marshall. She may be in trouble.
Will do, Jesse. If you see anything interesting, remember to take detailed notes.
Yeah, she just thinks I have a pad and paper hanging around. Now, I do like kind of Emily Pope's mentality. Although I do feel like, no, actually I take it back. I think she's perfectly fitting for this kind of industry. Head of research, because I made her so. But she's like taking everything as just kind of, yeah, I need to know everything about it. I need to understand it. I appreciate her as a character.
I know you'll take care of this, Director. I'm not worried.
If it isn't my favorite director.
How many directors have you had? I do hope they kind of expand the story of Control. Like, even if they maintain some of, oh, look at that monster. Even if they do maintain, like, kind of where it can move forward. Like, after they beat the Hiss, after they kind of explore... Because, I mean, really, this entire game... Yeah, it's me. Wait, it does? Alright. Give me a second. I gotta look at it again. Floating people. A spider person. I mean, we got the triangle. That's the astral plane. Then what is this? I think I'm directing a pretty heavy brain fart here. I'm sure it'll come to me. Yeah. Although, has the board always been the board? Because, I mean, I feel like they've before there was a director, the board instigated the director. So, I know what the spider thing is. I'll remember that. I'll remember. Spider thing. God damn. What is the spider thing? When I see it, I'm going to probably have one of those moments. Where am I? Cave bleed. This is not a terribly helpful map. Yeah, at least that's what they've been hinting in this DLC. It's new to me, so... So basically, Darkmoor, I think that's his name. Northmoor? North Shore? Okay! Well... Which, I don't think the map's poopy. I think it's at least for this DLC, is the fact that everything is still a question mark. I don't feel like it really fits to what I'm, finding. I'm not yet ready to consider it poopy. That's where I just was. For example, the Canyon Rim... All of those question marks tell me that's an astral... That was the astral place I was just at. So I guess all things considered, it's kind of fitting that the map sucks. Oh, I know what this creature is. It's the thing that was inside the refrigerator. Now, I still have so many questions about what that is. They kind of had some... Yeah, the former. Exactly, and then the board actually mentioned, like, it was one of them that was expunged. Thus, proving that the board was them. Or was a them. Just judging by how they talk in general. But yeah, if that's mentioning where... Oh... I understand the map now. I have learned. See? I get there in the end. Takes me a minute to figure out what I'm looking at. See, that's why I need books. I need something to just spell it out for me for a while. That's it. That's the proof. I'm somebody who just actually requires 5 paragraphs to kind of explain what the hell's going on. But... So there's going to be a point where I'm going to be able to build crystals. Unless, of course,
Director?
I lost that ability when I applied breaking crystals to my gun. Which would be dismaying. I honestly believe that creating is better than destroying. Top. Really? Actually, if this is a spoiler, feel free to, you know, not answer thoroughly. But would I, after beating the foundation, will I be able to continue other areas? Or continue the game, much like when I beat the game the first time? Okay, cool. Cool, so if that's the case, we might take a gander there after I kind of get my bearings around here. Really? So the Alan Wake one came after? That's funny. I kind of felt like the... Oh my god, these guys are so violent. I ask you to cease... Oh, they were behind me. Yeah, let's check out what's on top of that power plant. No, I do think it's a good suggestion. And I am very curious. Alright, upper level power plant. Let's see what we're looking at. Oh, really? Okay. I'll have to take it. And are we talking like Easter eggs for different games or Easter eggs within this game? Either would be cool. I mean, let's see what we're looking at. Because I'm mostly digging for lore. Okay, okay. Still got the floating guys and no solution. Excuse me? Get wrecked. Okay. Seize the cluster? I have not. I haven't actually put a lot of levels into Seize. So I do not believe I am able to at the moment.
NSC. Northmore Sarcophagus Container.
Excuse
The
me?
two previous directors both lost control while dealing with paranatural forces. I don't want to make that a rule.
Okay. Northmore sarcophagus container. So Northmore's in there? That's where he is? On the panels. Let's take a look. Yeah, there's a man in there. He's stuck in there. What happened? So he's inside there. So, okay, he lost control when dealing with paranormal forces. Okay, I get that. But, is that explained how he died? Because, yeah, Trench, like, was consumed by the hiss. But what was the previous problem that... Trench, talk about him. Okay. That's probably... He probably, did exposition a little bit about, you know, his downfall. Because I remember something happened that a, Northmore, you know, they needed a new director. Oh. Let's try this.
I've served under 2 directors. 3 now, I suppose. Trench and I worked our way up together. We made it through the tough cases, the bad days, the casualties. He was the epitome of a good agent. Smart, decisive, selfless. And he picked up that damn gun. Becoming director is a formal process overseen by the board. Lots of ritual and mystery. After that, key staff provide detailed briefs on all classified matters, past and present. But with Faden, well, there's no protocol for field promotion. The girl's smart, has a good head on her shoulders. I'm trusting her to handle the hiss upstairs, while I hold them off here. All this shit with the nail, the board, I'm not sure she's ready. Besides, I work better alone.
Which I get that. I mean, but that's kind of a big kind of ask. She's like, oh, she's not ready to deal with this, you know, extracurricular force. But not telling her anything about the problem. Like, what happens if you fail? Is the world just over? It's like, I feel like assessing or, you know, letting people know what they're getting into is just as critical as, you know, solving it yourself. Now, I will be honest. All of that being said, it is a, all of that being said, it is a lot easier to do whatever the hell you want if the, you know, powers that be don't know what you're doing. So I totally understand what she's doing. That's why it's like, work better alone. Use all your decisions. Trust your own gut. You don't have to worry about other people's decisions. I don't know, I kind of appreciate that viewpoint from a Marshall. That's her name. He's literally so he is the power source. That's insane. I mean, I know he's the reactor, but what is he being flushed with coolant? Like, he's warm, comparatively. Jesus. Do you think he's still alive? Cooking for eternity? No. Let's check out the Panopticon. Where? Containment. See, that's kind of the thing. They had that in a, I think it was one of the D&D games. It was Torment, I think it was. Director's duty. To protect, yeah. It's the director's duty to protect the Foundation and keep it going, or the Bureau and keep it going.
This paranatural power contained in one place is a risk.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder what other dangers are locked away inside the Bureau.
Nah. Okay, I'm having second thoughts. I'm going back to the Foundation. I feel like this is kind of a good exploratory thing for a once I'm not, you know, having a main mission to follow. There we go. Cave system. Director's duty. Which is kind of crazy, but like, okay. When does a director's duty end, though? Because, like, once there's a new director, you're not the director anymore. Therefore, doesn't that mean you're free of the duty? Or is it even in death does duty... Or not even in death does duty end? Okay. I look forward to that, because there are lore bits in this game I am actually really interested in. Just because there's so many questions they left unanswered. Which I will freely state is the hallmark of a really good story. You don't tell everything. Leave it to the imagination. No, 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 no. Got him. Maybe that was a bad idea. Whoa! Take that. Yeah. Oh, really? Kind of the leave it to the imagination? I feel like it's a hallmark to a lot of different kind of storytelling techniques. Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to formally admit that that was nothing but panic shooting, but I mean, we both know what happened there. But I think that's a hallmark of good horror story. And I feel like this trying to go on the paranormal horror sort of thing. I don't find it very horrific, but it kind of leans that way. But when it comes to like a like paranormal or horror, is leaving it to the imagination, because the human mind creates something far more personalized and unique and, like, you know, terrifying than anything you can present to somebody else, right? So if you leave a lot of it to the imagination, the people do the work for you, basically. Or the reader. It's kind of like, take a monster movie, for instance. Right? Usually the most effective monster stories, arguably, I'm willing to, you know, say this isn't 100% true, but the most effective horror in a monster movie or a monster story is when it's not being shown. Is when you only get snippets of it. And then you have to, all you have to deal with is the suspense and the unknown. And the light's dying. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. And I thought Signs was a pretty good movie. Wait, then what's down there if not this? There's so many paths! And this crazy Swiss cheese sand. Yeah, my mental mapping's kind of breaking here. No, no, no. I want to go up because that's a dead end, probably leading to loot. Now I'm going to completely go against everything I just said. When it comes to giant monster movies like Godzilla, I have heard the argument there's not enough Godzilla in my Godzilla movie. I think that is true sometimes. Well, okay. I'm gonna have to find a way up there. I don't know, maybe... I wonder if it's one of those things where it's a... you can speculate 100 ways, but there's no truly right answer. It's kind of like being an art critic. It's like, you know, how can somebody walk up to a piece of art and say this is bad? Because somebody else can walk up and say, well, I liked it. And they'd be absolutely correct. No? You don't think so? Okay, so I found that. That's true. I have a hard time with abstract art, too. Well, no, that's not true. I actually quite like abstract art. It's modern art, where it's kind of like leaning on an abstract that I have some difficulty with. I've been to a modern art museum, and they've had, like, no joke. The art that was there was a urinal on its side with a somebody's name written on it. The artist, I would presume. And it's probably trying to tell me something. I was not getting that message. I'm like, wait, somebody made money off of this? Yeah, exactly. I do have a hard time with that. However, somebody else probably appreciates it. And I can't honestly say they're wrong for doing so. I don't know, maybe I'll leave it to a video essay to have somebody tell me why it's good. I couldn't help but notice. I'm surrounded by exploding guys. Ah! Can you imagine being possessed by some sort of intergalactic resonance and find out your entire body has mutated specifically to explode when you're close to somebody? I'm like, come on! There's people who fly around with psychic powers. How did they end up the explodey guy? I've also forgotten which way I'm going. Yeah, I gotta get back to the crossroads. I'm clearly missing something. Fairly important. Maybe it's back on research site Gamma? Let's take a look. Another look. But it's okay. We're a worm through time. Yeah. Now, it does seem like the actual personality is wiped away when it comes to Hiss. Like, they're considering everybody dead, which I don't know how true that is. Maybe they're just seeing it as incurable. Okay, riddle me this. What happens if I shoot this? It is. It's fantastic. And I mean, it's like, it almost seems like, I can't tell if it's saying that you are insignificant and you should grasp the thing you don't understand. Or if it's, oh. Well, that was easy enough. Or if it's saying that you are more significant like you like than you know. Yeah. It's like, you know, that's a good point. Alright, I'll boot up the video essay. Unacceptable behavior in a memo, so you know it's true. Astral mimic, huh? It possesses paranoid. Okay. Here we are.
To all Foundation personnel, it's come to my attention that members of our exploration teams have been relieving themselves of their God-given liquids in the chasms of the Foundation. As per earlier orders, all personnel currently serving the Foundation must expel fluids, urinate, and do their business. Correctly colored labeled vials by research personnel. Otherwise disrupts the ongoing study of the Foundation. Shins a profound disrespect not only for the board and its oldest house, but also for the Bureau you so proudly serve. If I discover firsthand any agent treating the Oblivion as their personal lavatory, they will be forced to go down there and personally clean up their mess. Okay. So what I'm hearing is don't pee down the chute. I don't know if you can see this because if I'm really here, I see a pen in my hand. I see myself, but it's all wrong. It's the wrong angle. It's the wrong me. It's all green. Look out for the color green. Everything turns green when it's close. Don't let it get close. Don't let it in. But if you do, no matter what, do not speak to it. Do not spec to it. Please, I need you safe, Peggy. I don't want you to end up here too. I don't know where I've gone. Okay. I mean, it's nice that he's trying to protect, you know, somebody that he cares about. However, whoa! Frickin' rude! Did not anticipate. Just keep throwing rocks. Did I win? What the hell just happened? Frickin' mimics! I hate mimics! Frickin' troll, what did I get for that? I thought that was progress. Is anything highlighted? Oh, research site Gamma. Yeah, you got me. Nah, I appreciate the hint. Because I did see that it was glowing 5 times. I just didn't remember what that glowing meant. I think that's a downside of putting a game down for a minute and picking it back up. Is there's like little nuances that seem to sneak out of my head. Have you ever read much of the SCP Foundation stuff? No, I don't want that one. Holding shield to rush enemies, knock them back. That sounds really fun. Oh, interesting. Okay. It's not to downgrade Control, but it's a basically the exact same story of Control, just, you know, written in a different medium. It's basically, you know, huge multi-government or I guess it's a para-government organization meant to contain anomalous objects. But how they tell it is they tell the story via like bureaucratic memos. And it's a really cool world building thing. Back in the day, one of my friends got me into it, and I made a quest to read as many of those as humanly possible. I got up to, I think, 2,500. Yeah. So each one is an SCP, which just means secure, contain, and protect. It's really grown, but it started off as just kind of like a web browser thing. That you just like, you know, it's like you take all the creepypastas of the internet and you congeal them into a single lore. It was a really cool idea. And I'm very glad that it's kind of kicked off in popularity. I mean, for better or worse. I know other people have their views on that. Of kind of like, you know, oh, it lost the indie, you know, purity sort of thing. Oh, it's got too big, so it's going to lose a lot of its identity. But, yeah. There's a lot of fan-made videos
about it that are pretty cool. But if you ever get a chance, I strongly suggest taking a gander at it. You might really enjoy it. At least if you like Control. I'm pretty sure he teleported behind me. Rude! It's actually kind of impressive how many things I've found randomly on the internet, kind of like that. There's another web browser game that I got super into back in the day called Fallen London. It's the same people who made the Sunless Sea and Sunless Sky games. But it started out as a web browser game. And yeah, it's all about, you know, back in the day, somebody stole, or a bunch of bats stole London from the surface and took it underground. The Ritual in Deep Cavern. What ritual? Oh.
My life's been a strange one. Certainly stranger than I'd like.
I like the lighting here.
It's something else. The floors crawl, the walls slither. It's a shifting pit.
That's amazing.
On the street, it's just another drab building standing there for anyone to see. But no one does. How do we miss it? Northmore. Acting director in Northmore now is on a train from Washington. He'll expect answers, which is why I'm making these tapes. They're evidence that I'm at least trying to understand.
Oh, I've already heard this one.
He searched his entire life for something like this, and we find it 1 week after he's buried. He always hated irony. Of course, Father, the great director, Ash, would have been the first man in. And look at me. The supposed head of research who can't stop his legs from shaking long enough to step over the threshold.
I don't know, that sounds like somebody who's living over the under the shadow of his father. I wonder if the children of so-called great people, like, feel that kind of a, I don't know, superiority complex. Oh.
So I can't let the hiss take the nail. Not a problem. I know how to handle them.
You have people who can do it for you. You're the director. Direct people. Okay. So as I said, are these things the hiss? Like, they just seem to be... I might have to read again to see what those are. Because I think they were just described as astral entities. Yeah. Those snipers have a hell of a lot of health. As he is slowly eaten. Yeah. That's okay. I'll take a look at the lore once I get a chance to take a gander at it. Get out of here. I like how they're fighting it. Now they're fighting each other. Consume. Okay. Get out of here. Okay. I got way too tunnel vision at killing the flying guy. Yeah, it's one of the earlier things. So they had a big introduction. They said they were kind of explaining what the astral plane was. It was kind of a space of nothingness, but then they explained this sort of thing as a denizen there. Yeah, let's take a look. Well, let me put some thought into it while Marshall's talking.
I snuck into the Foundation through a back door, I know. Had to get ahead of the hiss. Just a matter of bypassing the ritual protections. Luckily, the board's as distracted as the rest of the Bureau. had to put on a brave face up there, but the situation is the worst I've ever seen. We're getting back on our feet, but we've already lost so much. Trench is dead. Darling is somewhere. I'm the only one left. But I still have a job to do. Keep the hiss back. There's not enough HRAs to spare, so I'll have to make do with what I've got. Frankly, I don't even know what will happen if the hiss take the nail. Trench made it sound like it'd be the end of the world. He was never one to exaggerate. Well, orders are orders, even if they come from a dead man.
Interesting. Did she listen to the phone? Okay. Well, yeah, let's look at correspondence. I can filter. Oh. Resignation letter. No, hold up. Research records. It's not the warped. Time events, variance alterations. Disorder, demolition, charge, barrier, agent. Huh. Okay, I'm finding that I got a lot of lore. And where the heck's Atty? I guess he's on vacation. Collective unconscious, pillar, groupthink, safe test, mirror containment, AWE. Questionnaire, synchronicity, the shadow. Oh! Is this it? No. Well, damn. I can't remember what they're called, so it's going to actually make tracking down the readings quite difficult. That's okay, we have mystery on our side. Okay, so Operation Do Not Get Tunnel Vision with what you're doing. That's my goal. I'm going to try to maintain that shoot guys close to you first. I know the flying guys are incredibly dangerous. What? Oh. Poison gas balls. Okay. Now that I'm actually, like, on the track to go the right way, I do kind of like how they gave a hint of tunnels with no way in, and they allow for backtracking to kind of, like, you know, utilize more of the map. I think it's a good way to make a map a lot more condensed, all while, you know, there we go. I don't know, I feel like map design didn't really carry over very well from, like, you know, the 2000s or early 2000s and the 90s. Because, like, some of those older games are like a masterclass in good map design. But it's been a little weak in the last 10 years or so. But it's good to see that they're finding some of the good practices in this game. Remember the days where I can kill somebody with one shot? Really? The design was worse? How so? And also, how did they change the map since launch? That seems like a very major update. I couldn't help but notice that you're directly behind me. That sniper's gonna kill me, yep. Oh, brutal. I think the color coding is very important.
to really direct where you're, you know, supposed to be looking. Oh, I gotcha. Also, I couldn't help but notice that the spawn point is like an astronomical unit away from the point where I keep dying, which is kind of brutal. It's okay. Keep those legs pumping. Faden never skips leg day. Kill him the old-fashioned way. I do also like, much like in the jukebox, which we're going to be doing more of, it does seem, of course, a forklift. I'm going to hold on to this, because I'm pretty sure this will kill something. Yep. Yep, that done killed somebody. Yeah, that was a very satisfying explosion the forklift had. I'm kind of surprised I didn't kill myself with it. It does. I do like launching these gigantic freaking boulders. I don't know, it's not like, you know, Ozra's Wrath, where you have like this character doing, you know, feats of absolutely ridiculous things. But it does really show how powerful the don't do it again the character's psychic abilities are just by, you know, launching bigger things. Oh my, get out of there! Oh, I used all my power. The sad part is I maxed out my energy upgrades. The only reason I died is because I was launching too thoroughly at that one guy. It's the second time I've died in kind of the same way. Is getting tunnel vision on the flying guy, whereas the guy right next to me kills me. See, I see where the error's coming. I just need to remedy it. I don't know, I have my moments. Sometimes I'm not a smart man. I was bound and determined to kill that guy by shooting. Alright, we're doing this. I'm gonna save that forklift for round 2. Which happens to be a thermonuclear device in its own right. There's a sniper aiming at me. Am I gonna outsnipe the sniper? Nope.
gonna throw rocks at him. Show him who's boss. Well, the flashing lights machine is actually always my best ally. A hidden trend? Interesting. There. Get me out of here. Okay. Whew. We're okay. See, that wasn't so hard once I stopped doing the same thing over and over again. See what,
41 days since entry day, the name of our historic arrival to the oldest house. Morale is long dead, and its core is starting to smell. My research staff complain of a presence watching them. Many have suffered nervous fits. Some were evacuated. In cheerier news, I've made some new friends. I met them while exploring the deeper caves. They're hard to describe, but imagine avant-garde sculptures of humans. I call them the id. They aren't hostile. In fact, they're polite and quiet.
that's my
More
mouse.
than I can say for my colleagues. Most id are shy, but a few are quite curious. While I sat taking notes, one came to look at my sketches. I offered him my pencil, but that spooked it. What are the id? Residents? Prisoners? They remind me of the golems from Kabbalistic texts, or a type of homunculi. I know I shouldn't, but I gave them names. There's Hercules, Adam, Lilith, Copernicus. Mabel is the bravest. They're a funny bunch.
Interesting. So the id. So in kind of frontier psychiatry with Sigmund Freud, the id's supposed to be like the representation of your like inner primal urges. Oh, so don't mind the mouse tweaking out. That happens from time to time. I tend to knock it around trying to do that, because every time I lift the mouse, it goes into those spinning fits. So I was trying to remedy that. Well, you know, politely and kindly listening to the id. It's one of those things I keep promising to fix, and I haven't done yet. Don't ask me why. I don't actually have an answer. Oh, good. He's blocking the door. Okay, this all-consuming behemoth. You can stay over there. Yeah, it's interesting calling them the id. It's like they're a representation of ourselves, maybe like a mirror. Because they did talk of copies. Perhaps they have something to do with that. They're the curious denizens.
I need a ranger sent to this location staff.
Yes, just a random guy. I love these little things. Let's go. We're in for a fight. A big one, too. Wait, are the id contained by the hiss? What happened here? Or are they hostile because I'm hostile? Or are they hostile because I have to do with the Bureau? Ah! Get me out of here!
Sure. Not quite what I want to do, but I got the same effect. Oh my god, okay. Did that to myself. Maybe they are copying the hiss. Interesting. I have a lot of theories about that. Did my guy already die? Ah, the shotgun. Okay. Whew. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my guy died pretty quick. Oh, I'm all full up. And got all new missions. The Astral Spike. Through the mind of an astronaut. I like that. You know, if I found out that the astral plane was a real thing, I think I would strive to be an astronaut pretty hard. Just knowing that there's a complete other parallel universe just seems like, you know, that I can't not explore that. I mean, never mind the potential for it, you know, completely ruining my psyche by taking melee damage. What? I'll sell a bunch of these. I don't need them. Turn it to cash. Fast cash. That is a direct upgrade. Not a huge upgrade, but a direct one nonetheless. There we go. It's okay, if I needed it, I wouldn't have sold it. That's what I'm going to tell myself. Okay, I feel like this entire place wants me dead. I am impressed. Nope. Good day. And farewell. But yeah, I'm wondering if the id are actually just mimicking the things they see, right? So like Ash is there, they're acting with curiosity. He's a scientist, so of course they're curious as well. If they, maybe they represent his bravery, maybe, oh, there's no way I can not go down that tunnel. Ah! And no damage to boot. Boom, like it was meant to be. Okay, getting out was less smooth. Alright, it's okay. The only hit point that matters is the last one. Oh.
Another etching.
Oh. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so I think I understand the map a little bit better. See what this etching has to offer. Hurry, meet. Oh, so the former's talking. Oh, snap. I don't know I was talking to the former. Why am I talking to the former? That's awesome. Is he controlling the id? Is he actually not the bad guy, but the Bureau is? Or not Bureau, but the board? Jolly good. But 2 holes, lollipops are left to...
Hello? Board, are you there?
Danger, director, board, broken, deeper, understand? Tool, other, new, forbidden, board. Former, yours, necessary, go.
Okay, what the hell is going on?
I think that's a very fair question.
I'm back here?
Oh, we get the other ability. So it wasn't really a choice after all. Cannot be here.
Wasn't my idea. Blame the eyeball.
The tool weapon is forbidden. Is trying to mislead you.
Former. Yeah, we've had our differences. But it is giving me something you won't.
Yep. And it is better to have... Then who's to say it's forbidden? Why is it forbidden? Is it corrupting me? I'm kind of curious as to how broken the board is. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is good. We're gonna get all kinds of traversal here. Ha-ha! Do not be ignorant. You are being reckless.
I don't like you deciding what I can't have.
Heh. Which, granted, do they control the gun? I feel I'd be a little more alarmed if they directly control the service weapon. And I've always been at odds when somebody complains about somebody being disobedient. It's like, of course I'm disobedient. I have a mind of my own. What'd you expect? You didn't hire me for my follower mentality. You cannot control this. You're mismanaging the Bureau. I'm mismanaging the Bureau. Also, that's amazing. The fact that I can make spikes. Mismanaging. Why are they being all disparaging? Shape while levitating to create platforms. I wonder if that's who the board is. They just actively, like, you know, hey, everything's all hunky-dory until you disobey, in which case you are the worst and never have been good. God, that kind of tracks.
I'm getting pretty tired of being jerked around the astral plane. If you're listening, I want some answers.
Alright, Former, let's talk. So I wonder if they're calling it the Former as in like they were formerly of the board, or Former as in kind of like the Formian? Maybe that's kind of a stretch. Lone, long visitor, happy. Tunnel open, grateful. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. So... Welcome, speak, hi. Look, we fought before, but maybe we got off on the wrong foot.
Hi there. It was nice of you to give me something the board wouldn't. What are you getting out of this?
Void, nothing, egress.
So I'm just supposed to believe you're a particularly charitable, whatever you are?
Neither, both. Hungry?
Hungry?
Hungry.
I mean, yeah, actually, I'd love a sandwich or something. That's not what you meant, was it?
Right. Panini, former, board, abalone.
Are you part of the board? Or used to be?
Once split, board, blame.
Okay, so you split because the board blamed you for...
Inside, beyond, nail, rescue, house, sun, warning. You rescued the
Gotta
sun.
be easier to play charades. Do I need to rescue someone?
No.
I don't know what I expected. Listen, this has been great, but I have to go. Thanks for your help, and, stay out of trouble.
House, listen, nail, leech, burn, go. So am I burning the nail? The house?
What is Former trying to tell me about the board? Should I trust either of them?
It sounds like the former was kicked out of the board for helping the son, Ash. So maybe the former controls the id? Perhaps that's a stretch? Because before I thought the former was the... Oh, I'm here again. Cool. Before I thought the former was connected to the hiss. That does not seem to be the case any longer. Ow. Yep, that's a panic fault. You know. I don't need no stinking hit points. Die! Okay, fine. I can't cheese it. I don't know, it raises a lot of questions. I like that kind of mystery in a story. I mean, it doesn't seem to directly give you the answers. Okay, you know what? To hell with you. I am out of here. Whoa. Is this what I do to people? Enough with the rocks. How do you like it? There we go. So I'm going to find a control point and teleport back to there because screw going down that hallway. I'm so glad I got both abilities. I actually thought I kind of locked myself out of content by picking one over the other. Which would have been cool. But not helpful when it comes to progress. Abilities. Okay, we're going to invest a little bit more into C's. And then that. C's large enemies. So I'm going to try to grasp one of those orb thingies. Alright, what do we got? Charge and surge. Nothing's taking one of those shifting things. Interesting. I mean, those are guns I don't use, which is kind of a shame. But we proceed. Alright, well, let's talk to Pope. Maybe she knows something about the former.
Director?
The Rangers found a section of the containment sector in the caves, but no house shifts occur down here.
Interesting.
So let me get this straight. The astral plane is bleeding into the Foundation.
Correct.
And that's happening because the nail is damaged.
I'd say it's a bit more than damaged, but yes, that is my understanding.
So what's the connection between the nail and the astral plane?
It's a good question. See, I always pictured objects of power as strings between our plane and the astral. If the nail has a similar relationship, then maybe it's more accurate to think of it like plumbing. Now that the nail is busted, sewage is gushing everywhere.
Not the prettiest metaphor.
I like how that had nothing to do with the Hiss presence in the Foundation.
So you've never heard of the Foundation, huh?
I've never even seen the name referenced. I mean, clearly it's highly classified, but for what reason? The problem with these kinds of closed-off hidden areas is that they were likely sealed for good reason. But now no one is left to tell us what that reason was.
Any guesses why the Bureau would hide something like this?
I only know what I've observed. This place is spatially rigid, which means it doesn't shift like the rest of the oldest house. Before you ask why that is, I have to admit that I'm clueless. There's some signal interfering with my equipment, making it hard to get a clear reading. It's being emitted from the floor. Maybe I should have brought a jackhammer.
The astral plane is already taking chunks out of this place, Emily. Let's not add to it.
Okay, that's an interesting thought. That it's this place is a spatially like solid. It doesn't change.
How did the Hiss get into the Foundation?
Same way we did, I imagine. But you need to remember that the Hiss are the embodiment of persistence. Their nature seems to be one of force, to find every possible vulnerability and exploit it. Their only goal is consumption.
I'm sure there's plenty of goodies for them down here. The nail, for instance.
If the Hiss could corrupt the nail, I'm sure they would have by now. It must not interest them in its broken state. They could be distracted by the numerous unknown paranatural materials I'm sure are lying around.
Oh, did
These are
Marshall
roots
break
of
the nail?
oldest house. The Hiss will find plenty of ways to make trouble.
They're pretty good at that.
Interesting. So yeah, if the
Agreed. The astral bleed won't stop itself.
if the Hiss couldn't infect it when it's broken, perhaps Marshall's the one who broke it to prevent them from actually getting to it. I mean, this place was sealed off for a reason. Perhaps it's not because it's dangerous, but because it could potentially be dangerous if used incorrectly. That was a delayed upgrade. Oh no. Please. 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 Okay. Let's try that again. There we go. It was meant to be. I mean, I kind of... It makes sense. It's kind of like a, during World War II, the Stalingrad solution. It's basically, they burnt the city so the Nazis couldn't get it. Oh, I was kind of assuming that was the way forward. Okay. Do I keep going up? Out? Under? I guess there's no more up, however. Huh. Okay. I think it was just a secret area. I know that's a way forward. There's another one in here. So we'll go investigate. Like you do. What's up, Former? Warehouse. I mean, I feel like warehousing is one of the smallest problems you can have in a spatially, you know, fluctuating area. It's like, oh yeah, you live in a building with infinite space. So I guess it's never going to be a question as to where you're going to put all your stuff. Okay. See what we're up against. Warehouse path. Okay, I'll take it. Sure, at this rate, I might not finish this today. I like how they had to remind me what the melee button was. Sure. Oh. Okay, just complete the ritual in the warehouse. Okay.
ranger to my location?
There he comes. Just waiting there. I like how I imagine he was like hiding behind a stalagmite. Yeah, there really is a lot. Which I think is good. If you're going to invest in a DLC, you gotta put some stuff into it.
It's an honor, Director.
I'm sure it is. I hope you're ready with guns blazing. So they call this a warehouse. Oh, I think this is the warehouse. I see.
28 days now spent inside what we're calling the oldest house. Northmore insists on the name. I'm too tired to ask why. I'm not sleeping well. Her orders. Me and my research team have established a permanent examination lab in the Foundation. I basically live down here now. Like the obedient head of research Father raised me to be. I spend my days investigating that odd pillar when Northmore found the handgun. The work was half-hearted at first, I admit. But then I discovered numerous non-Aristotelian energy channels converging at its base. Ley lines, dragon roads, Hyligalinean, call them what you want. But this pillar is the crossroads. I started building something. Equal parts talisman and technology. An array that can impose order on the ley junctions.
Interesting.
That's the idea, at least. We'll see when I'm done.
Huh.
I prefer to work away from the pillar. I'm not the only one who feels like that thing has eyes.
Huh. Interesting. So the center of all places of power, and he ended up using it to create the control points, the points of power, to stabilize the house.
Is this a Bureau ID badge? It looks so old. Hope will definitely want to see this.
I guess historian is a part of the head of research. Sure.
Weird place to leave an ID card, but okay.
Interesting. How many of these do you think there are? Oh, I have to go the long way in. Okay. Look, just sit tight. I'm looking for ID cards.
Another ID card. For a cartographer.
You know, it's kind of an interesting thing, because it's impressive... Excuse me. It's impressive to think that this entire game has taken place inside a single building. And yet, I've kind of explored so much. Like, they need cartography. You guys just sitting tight out there? Okay. Oh, the shower's off. Bummer. Don't touch. This is crazy. They got, like, entire buildings in here. I mean, yeah, like... Oh, there's an entire document of the history of the oldest house. Jesus. Has revealed much to me during my months at the Foundation. Question primarily the tree etching bewilder me. Significance. The house has changed shape over lifetimes. Are they kind of like tying in Yggdrasil to this? Because they did a compare the service weapon to Mjolnir. And Excalibur, I guess. Search the settlement accounts Manhattan Island for those I discovered. Tree not known to me. The devil is twisted within his bark. Cultures believe some trees would offer wisdom and guidance. House are many man of science, of course. Yggdrasil, tree of knowledge. Yax imix che. Some for blood sacrifices to trees. Claim trees endowed chosen individuals. New York City's main murders act as a sacrifice to the oldest house. That's kind of interesting. The murders of New York actually feeding into the house. Why else would it be in New York? I don't think I've explored that thought very well. Alright, let's go into this warehouse. Those guys are just being ominous up there. They can stay. What is that battery? You're not coming? Get on the elevator, homie. Oh. Sure. Alright, fine. You're being left behind, bud. You did this to yourself. I don't know what I was expecting, but that is a lot of power cars. Excuse me? Pray tell, why can I not plug it in? Oh. They're not powered. I see. Okay, so there's only a couple powered power cores. The rest have just kind of been sitting here forever. Interesting. Alright, I'm not going to sit here and read all of these in front of you. That's going to get way too tedious. Tunnel access, alright. Oh, we skipped a floor. Did I find the back door that, I mean, I guess it's just a concrete tower. Yep, still underground. The heck am I going? Okay. Gotta keep an eye out for those ID cards. There we go. I keep forgetting the crystals grow back. It is a little disconcerting. Oh boy. Whoa! Whoa! What is hitting me? Wait. The snipers teleport. Throw their friend at him. Okay, they can't throw anything if... What the heck was that? I cannot believe I'm still alive, though that spike floor was amazing. That was cool. I mean, there's something to be said about... Whoa. Hold up. Okay, so... Tiny guys worshipping a big guy with everybody gazing down upon him. I mean, people were complaining that there are eyes watching them. Is Ash the chosen one? A sacrifice? Is he the blood sacrifice leading to the tree? Whoa, whoa, mouse. I need you to calm down. Okay, we're okay.
Who should I be listening to? Weird entity A or B? Or neither? Let's just stay the course for now. The Bureau's in danger. We know we need to repair the nail. The astral plane won't break reality on my watch.
You say that like you have a say.
Yeah.
Whoops. Oh, we use standing stones to mark places of power. Interesting. Yep, that tracks. Got him. Hey, no problem. I appreciate you sticking around. It was good hanging out with you. I hope to see you again, Shikari. Hey. Whoa. I don't know how I feel about teleporting snipers. I can say it's probably excessively useful in that line of work. Okay, mouse. There we go. This mouse has been particularly difficult of late. And the path continues. Okay. This is definitely leading into, like, the question of, like, where is this actually leading me? Okay. We got hiss nodes. I don't know how I feel about that shrieking at me. Oh, it doesn't have power. Oh. But yes, it does. Will that break it? No, it will not. Destroying all hiss nodes. There's got to be a way up. Oh. You gonna go? Make haste. Alright, let me figure this out. Use those mind jellies for something other than a bludgeon. Okay, so I need to drop the hiss. No! Unhand me! Alright, fine.
Entry day plus 50.
I wouldn't have found this otherwise.
Moore has ordered an all-hands search for objects similar to the service weapon. He claims there are more in the house, though I don't see how he's so certain. He's been strange lately, talking about joining greater causes, and frequently mentioning the pyramid. After pressing him, he finally described this pyramid to me. Inverted, black, mathematically perfect. Oddly enough, Adam and the other id have shown me numerous inverted triangles painted on the cave walls. Surely there's a connection, but I don't see it yet. As far as occult symbols go, triangles are by no means rare. Flood, Levi, Kroll, they used that shape like it was going out of fashion. Standing on their base, triangles signify stability and strength. Inverted on their points, they represent conflict and stagnation.
Interesting.
Of course, the orientation is just a matter of perspective. Looking at the pyramid from below gives you one, from above another. Northmore says he looks up at the inverted pyramid. I have to wonder, is anyone standing over it, looking down?
Interesting, okay. So admittedly, I was kind of hoping that bringing that down would expose the hiss node. Does not seem to be the case. So we're going to blitz through here, hopefully trying to suss this one out. I have a feeling the answer might be explosives. That just might be my greater nature. However, I guess that leads to the question, was the crystal grow even available at the start? The answer's so simple. See, it worked. I don't know why I ever struggled. Where it, oh. Oh, interesting. I do like how they kind of make me use my entire arsenal. There we go. You okay, mouse? One more day. It's all I can ask. How do I get in here? Seems like a secret of secrets. Yep. When all else fails, destroy something. I think that was the solution to the other one. Way back when. Upper warehouse. Alright. Yeah, they keep mentioning warehouse, but I don't think they're storing very much stuff in here. It's not a very good use of space. The hell? Oh. Should I be destroying these things? Seize accelerator. I like it. Okay, so I'm still just going vertically up. Oh, I'm in the warehouse now. Stop that.
There's the etching.
Let's do it. Whoa! That was ever so slightly BS. Well, I like for at least a little while he was aiming for this guy. No, I was hoping for the instant kill. Okay, that shriek is destroying my shield. Good to know. Got him. Thought I could get a Healy guy. Cool. I guess I didn't get that skill yet. Close. Our recent confrontation, yelling, was in error. We decided that you may have both tools. Only because you are the favorite current director. But do not listen, speak to former. You are welcome, grateful. Thanks. Oh, I'm rebuilding it. I like how they just kind of magnanimously decided I could have the thing I already have. Is that not what I wanted? Whoa! Growing one part broke another. There we go. We are nearly whole. Your trust is appreciated.
They sure changed their tune all of a sudden.
It's because
This seems to be making them more powerful. They might be the true apocalypse. They might be trying to get into this world, or the house.
I'm overthinking this whole board former thing. They can sort out their own business so long as it doesn't get in my way. Obsessing over these problems is something Trench would do. But I've got my intuition. And you.
Sure, intuition. I mean, I guess it, makes sense to know your strengths. Those red flashes aren't there anymore. Still rapidly descending. Got items up there. I wonder, is there a way to traverse the elevator without the elevator? I wonder if the ranger's still there. I guess not. Okay, one more. God, I love how destructive she is just walking into a room. So we go this way. So, interesting. It's leading back to the chasm. Oh. It's leading to a dead end. That was a long and elaborate detour. Thank you, sir. What is hitting me? Okay. No. No, no, no. Yeah, okay. I had 0 hit points. I wonder if getting to that place of power, if it's just considering me having beaten these guys. Oh, I'm at this point of power. Interesting. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, let's go back to the crossroads. Mouse, where are you? There you are. I do like it. You got like a hub area, and then you have to branch out from there to get these, I guess, fetch quest points. But each one is a challenge and adventure to get to.
I'm not worried.
Jesse, you're back. So did you find anything noteworthy? The original Bureau expedition down here left so much interesting stuff behind.
Like their ID cards. I picked up a weird one. It's pretty old.
Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, I found a few ID cards myself. Or, more accurately, the Rangers found them for me.
Are you starting a collection?
I'm going for the whole set. I kid, of course. But I suppose they are sort of like baseball cards, except for Bureau stuff from the 60s.
Oh, that's kind of
The
cool.
one you found is different than mine. It looks like it's a higher clearance level.
A rare one, then. Want to keep it, Emily?
Yeah, I absolutely do. but I think you should hang on to it for now. High clearance access might come in handy.
Sounds like you have something in mind.
Guilty. See, I've been going through Dr. Ash's notes, or the ones I can find, anyway. Like Darling, he seemed to enjoy hiding his most relevant research. From what I gather, there is another floor beneath the warehouse with a special lab that requires 5 high-level staff members just to access. Here, take this. It's an old skeleton key. Something else the Rangers found. I give them $5 for every useful trinket they bring me.
I'm gonna assume
$5?
this key is my ticket to that lower floor. And that super secret lab you mentioned.
Bingo bango, as Dr. Darling used to say. Well, keep your eyes peeled for more ID cards around the warehouse. If Ash's notes are reliable, and I'm sure they are, then 5 is the magic number.
So I've got 3? Then? I mean, I got a skeleton key. What? Okay, we're finding that a super secret. Because, I mean, that sounds incredibly useful. I guess we go back to the warehouse. The question is, do we go up or down? Yeah, let's hit the rise. Okay, no matter what I fight, I'm just gonna go at them tantrum style. Excuse me. Okay. Yep, that burned me. Wait, did he run away? He's a supervisor, a deputy supervisor. Jesus. Okay, healing items galore. I like how they use the ID number to associate him. Did he try to run away and fail? What happened there? Huh. Whoa. So maybe the terminus is where I need to go, like ground level. Like there wouldn't be just a bunch of random people up on the tower rise, would it? Perhaps I do need to find a way to descend. Huh. Now the question is, why did they feel the need to make it into a tower, of all gosh darn things? Was that the best use of space they can come up with? Like, why not a wider warehouse? Okay, that elevator's got a long way to go. We'll go floor by floor, see if I can see anything special. So I can't just send it away. Bummer. Elevator machine room. Oh, that's where I am. And what's the upper warehouse? Oh, I've been there yet? Oh, I see. You gonna open? Oh, I can stop it at any time? Interesting. Okay. Jesus. It's a picture of a door, because of course it is. Maybe I was too hasty? What? Okay, riddle me this. Why? Ow. Okay. Huh. Nice. A secret point of power. Huh. That's what I'm gonna do. It only flashes red while going up. Interesting. What happens if I destroy that? And the game crashed. Damn! Alright, folks. I know this is a little bit of a shorter stream. These stability issues are kind of a big deal with this. So, I'll put some thought into see if we finish this one up. But yeah, thank you for hanging around, though. This one was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed Control. If we don't continue, we'll do Alan Wake. But this is a fun game. I actually really do like it. I might actually 100% it on my way out. Or on my own. Just seeing that there's, 17 more achievements to get. But I gotta figure out those stability issues, because, boy, the game crashing is pretty bad. But with that, I hope you have a wonderful evening. And, yeah, I will see you tomorrow. I'll be here. Take it easy.